All right, we are back in action. Wall Street Pete's sick dough in crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Definitely could use help, right? We're back live though. Ran into a little issue. I do appreciate all the likes though that we did have immediately. That was probably the most likes I've seen in a long time. Of course, it would be when we broke down right away. We're having some technical issues, but fixed it right away. I do appreciate everyone who did make it back. Here we are. We're going to talk about how 3 days could be more expensive Bitcoin. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the possibilities of it going up. We're going to talk about the possibilities of it going down. And yes, I did graduate from ETH University. I do love the shirt. Thank you so much. It was a Christmas gift. Excuse me. And I'm just trying to see if we're back live here. Hit the like and subscribe. Become a member here. We're going to talk about it. Do some crypto news here. Let's get into it. It seems like nobody is returning from the last video. I apologize. I got everyone excited and now no one is here. But pay attention definitely to mention we're talking about being a member. We'll become a wolf. 1.6K members. I would like to add to it. And if you're in the bull market, I'm pretty excited. This is kind of how I talk and act lately when the bull market comes back. Well, this was hilarious.
I love you, motherfuckers. Yeah, you
The bull market's back. We have lots of volatility. This was a good one, too, I made. I thought it was pretty funny. The FTX debacle.
First time.
Yeah, seems like I didn't get anyone back. Pretty little lady right there. So it's not showing my viewers right now, but I just wanted to make sure if everyone's in, you can come back, come over, say hello, because we're talking about some charts. I want to talk about this, what happens right on October. Everyone gets excited. So if you're really excited for the charts, if you're excited for that sort of thing, and I know this is my favorite part of the channel, this is my favorite part of the live, and you can see, look how little minute this little jump looks compared to what we did here. Well, guess what? That was the all-time high. So if you're excited for that, we're going to talk about that going forward. And I'm not sure. I don't have anybody really commenting in the comment section. As I did when I first started the beginning of this chat, it was super exciting, and we had a lot of people talking, and it doesn't seem to be happening anymore. So just holding off for a minute. I want to see what's going on, if we can get some more people back in. We have a couple viewers coming back in maybe now. And we're just going to start talking about the charts here in just a second. I wanted to go over a couple things also before we get going. First off, 1.66 trillion market cap coming in. That's very important. 42,000 for the bears. We talked about that this morning. That seems to be very important right now. The more and more we see this price, it seems like that is a leveraged price where the bears really don't want to get liquidated through. They want to keep holding that up. Inflation. Thought this was interesting. Not really crypto related, but Chick-fil-A is getting a little bit of some heat. How much money it's costing for the Chick-fil-A sandwich. And on top of that, now they're talking about trying to get them to work on Sundays. And you already know, if you're anything with Chick-fil-A, they actually worship during those days on Sunday, and it's a practice. I don't know how that's going to be possible, but a lot of people are getting entitled. There's a big surprise that may be. But Bitcoin, we talked about it, 43,000 price as the top gainer here coming in. And a little bit also to talk about, it has some top gainers. Not really too excited, but we know Bonk. Bonk has been kicking ass. Bonk has been doing pretty good. We also have a couple here, BSV, Bitcoin Cash as well. Is that what BSV is? I forget what BSV is. There's so many of them. And the top loser, Synthetics, has been taking a whopping smackdown with WIMX as well. So just to come over a couple things, national debt, they're talking about it being 33 trillion. We're actually at the 34 trillion mark now. Come on, I think it's pretty fair to say we can round up on that number. And it doesn't seem like we got the viewings that we had. I'm very disappointed right now. We had so many people viewing, commenting, and it doesn't seem like we have that anymore. I'm really sorry that this happened. Of course, now everything's working and no one is here. No one got the alert that we are live. So let me take one quick second and send a shout out, see if we can get some people here. I really feel like we are not getting the amount of people that we should have had right now. We had a lot of people. My chat's not working. That could be as possible. Could be possible. So let's see, alert some people, see if we can get some fun in the house, if we can get some people. All right, see if that will help us a little bit, trying to get some of the algorithms. So if you've yet to hit the like button, please hit the like button. Since we got one viewer, I know that's not possible. But right now, Bitcoin price dives 1.5K as Bitcoin analysts watch support levels. We talked about the 42,000, but really I wanted to talk about a few things. BTC, Coinbase spot, limit bids worth. This was yesterday. 50 million were placed at the price of 40,000, equivalent to 1,200 BTC. Now, what I found interesting as I kept going is if initial capital flows, there we go, Rising Suns in the house. If initial capital flows are lackluster, expect a correction. So these are sort of the things I want to talk about. We're going to talk about a 47, 48 possible thousand. That's what I'm looking at. It's such a shame, Rising Sun. We had such a good group in the beginning of this video. I had so many people in the first 60 seconds. We have one person over literally 6 minutes. It sucks. We had like 12 people in here right away. What happened was it wasn't working the video, so I had to delete it. But here we are now talking about it. So here it is. He forecasts a 46,000 Bitcoin by April. Well, I'm thinking we're going to do a little bit sooner than that. We'll see what happens. We could correct. So if that is coming into play, then we have some things to talk about here. This is what's been happening, and this is, until this unconfirms, this is a confirmation of what's going to happen. So let's get into the price. Let's get into the crypto, everything. You missed the beginning. We were talking about this. This is Aaron right here. Yes, this is Aaron. I said it. It just cracks me up every time I hear it. Now, looking at this, I said that this could occur. Well, look, we're really getting closer and closer. This is a daily candle. Each day represents the Bitcoin price. If you can see what's happening, we're starting to fill down. 40,500 is starting to look like a possibility. Could we bounce off the golden pocket peak here? That's most likely. So that's what I'm thinking here. Yeah, I even tagged you in it. So what do you want to do? But coming in here, hit the like button if you've yet to do so. We had so many likes with so many people commenting, and it got the alert that I was live. Of course, what happened? Somebody set us up. It's unbelievable. If you're excited, oh, look at that. There it is. Hang tight. We have Jasmine talking about Jasmine coming up next and how amazing these new higher lows kept creating. I said the double bottom pattern was here. 499 was a great price to buy. We did buy, and you can see what's going on as we're continuing that trend. So that's exciting as well. But getting back to Bitcoin, ADD. We're looking at that double bottom here. Could lift off. This could be the last time here coming in. As you can see the trend, we must break above the trend. We need to finish a daily candle now. Finish a daily candle, and what is the price? 44,027. So I'll tell you right now, once we start breaking above this price, we will be off to the races. So that's what I'm looking for Bitcoin to do here. Do we get this little bounce in this area? Well, I'm looking at a huge ascending channel coming in, right? Bullish pattern. Let's talk about it. We've been talking about this for a while, right? We're getting really close to that actually being a possibility here. Now, what I want to do here is show you two scenarios. The one scenario was here coming down all the way to 37,000. That was one possibility. All the way down to here, golden pocket touch, and that's where we buy back if we even get there. Now, I'm just saying these were the possibilities because we could get a correction. We could get a correction. But what I think is going to happen if we finish above, which it looks like we're going to, that's what I'm leaning to. Let me get some oscillators out. Get my oscillator out, excuse me. I was going to say indicators. You can see the buy signal coming in here on the daily. I like it very much. The last time we got something to that magnitude was November 18th, November 16th. You can see what happened, a little volatility, but then eventually we found support and built off. So I'm kind of looking for something to repeat in that magnitude. Does it happen from 40,500 or does it happen from any one of these areas, 39,000 as well? But I do think we could bounce off the golden pocket. I do see that there was a correction needed, and you could see the double top happening on this one. So that's kind of why I've been staring at it for the longest time. I've been talking about it for so long here. Very important to pay attention to that. So as I put this here back, you can see the double M pattern forming, how it could take us down, and how the growth has just really died out. It died out a little bit now. Now, what I could be doing, and this is what I would have done if I thought that we were definitely in the bullish flag I was talking about just now, is something similar to this, and I'd be watching. So this would be something I would do, pay more attention to it, get very into this here, and that's where we could be really blowing our top off. Now, this symmetrical pattern here tells me this. There could be one more fall through, which would get us then to 40,000 here. You can see it. But do you see the support building higher lows every time we touch? So that's kind of where I'm at. So it's very important to really pay attention to this. This is a great pattern I do see developing, and I do see an ascending triangle pattern. What will happen is we could break out all the way through. This is, this is in 3 days we're talking about. So the more and more time you take to buy crypto, the more time you actually get to buy Bitcoin itself. What's up, Mr. Hydro? You have to really understand that Bitcoin is getting more expensive. So, yeah, I mean, there are altcoins I'm getting excited about for this momentum. Yes, look at Cardano. Cardano's been really moving, right? Look at Cardano doing the same thing. Did we just jump back and forth? Look at that jump. Watch, it's the same thing. Price is doing the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. That's kind of exciting when they do that. You can see what's going on. So we're in a very bullish area. Look, we could still come down just a little bit. I was telling you, there's the support here that we've been falling to, even on here, but we're creating new higher lows. You can see the same pattern. So eventually something is going to give. Something is going to give. You have to understand that this is where we're at right now in the crypto space. All these are moving in that kind of pattern here. What's happening? Well, we're getting weaker. We're forming a double top. I mean, that's understood. So we could keep falling a little more. It makes sense. Makes sense. What happens? Well, we keep testing the downside, testing. We're not really testing the up too much, but that's where we get the scenario. So we're either going to break down and come through, or we could just get this pattern where we're going to do that. And that would not surprise me. Why? Because then that's your upward W. Exactly. High volatility, making you think, oh shit, we're going down. This is the time, right? Super, super cheap. And then before you know it, you're shorting the market, and then you get your dick kicked in and it goes up. That's exactly what I think could happen. I mean, really, if I were to give you a chance of what it could be, that's looking exactly. So don't get excited too much if this pattern breaks out. Even Cardano compared to what I was just showing you for, Bitcoin. Even though I was showing you with the Bitcoin price, same sort of thing. It's very exciting to know about it. So what I want to do now is show you how I can get into the monthly. And please don't forget where we're at. So let's not lose our minds here. You were watching the videos from December of 2022. I was telling you how great 2023 was going to be. The cycle was going to flip. I said looking at the yearly, we were going to come up and we were going to be great. Now, this is what's happening. If you pay attention to what's happening, the same exact cycle in January of 2021. See it right here? January 2021, we're trading 20,000. All of a sudden, $1.5 billion gets invested from Elon Musk. I don't know who else is going to be that guy this time, but someone's going to be the one. Someone's going to be the one to pull the trigger here. What I think we're going to see here is this scenario over the long-term period. I think it's very important to go over this right now. As you can see now, October, we get excited about October. Oh, yeah. Well, what month was the month where we started really going back up again? Oh, that was 2021 of October. So we're going to see something similar to that. So I want you to really understand January, that ain't shit. January, February, March, it really kept going. That's what I think we're going to find here similar. But I think we find it up to 48. I think that's what's going to happen. So the target is 48 for me. I think we do find a little resistance, a little correction. I think we finally get there. I don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to talk about this ETF? Is that what's going to come through? But then I think we do get some type of pullback. Now you can see how volatile that really would remain or become. That's a big volatile move. I think this is very possible. So pack your bags, get yourself ready for some volatility here coming into the new year. But that's very possible. What will happen is we're going to change the trend on some red candles and green candles here, or we do go up the next 3 months like we do, and we could find ourselves coming all the way until a correction until here. And then this is so we have two big possibilities I think can happen. Now, I know we just talked about a big fall here and there, but do you see where we could go? I talked about it today in one of the videos, 80,000. I really did. I think 80,000 could be one of the big cycles here before we start coming really back down. So look where we're going here. So I'm pretty excited for this. I do believe and I do strongly stand by this. What could happen here? Well, if you pay attention, definitely to mention either the first leg up, or this is where we come all the way in and we start peaking until October comes. Once October comes, look, here's October, right? Look. 48,000 will now be support after at 80,000. Oh, we're going back down to 20, everyone's going to say. And what's going to happen next is you're going to be testing something similar to that. And the 69,000 will be support. And before you know it, 120,000 Bitcoin will be revealed. You can pay attention to this because this is real as steel. I'm going to hold this up here. I really like this. I'm really a big fan of this. I think this is what could happen. See this right here? All the way up through. Come down and then this. Imagine this happens. Imagine this happens. Pay attention. I think that's a big, big possibility there. I like this a lot. I do like this a very lot. So as you can see what's going on, real time coming in. We don't start moving back up again until October of 2024. You can see how it happens. It comes right back up, and then that's where we'll find a little bit of the correction again. And then 2025, forget it. We come in, we peak up at 2026, and then that's when we really do get a serious bear market, and then everyone will be talking about Bitcoin all the way back down to fucking 2. So that's just, that's just where we live. That's just where everyone is. For real, that's just the mindset of everybody. But could you imagine? Could you imagine being a part of this? This is what I think can happen. This is really what I strongly believe could occur. And you can see what's happening here. We just blow right off the top of these all-time highs. See there. I'm not saying that we are definitely going to this peak, 150,000, but surely you don't look too bad. So something similar like this, upward W coming in, high volatile waves. You can see how it took us to get there. And then obviously some type of hellhole trip. Something bad's happening. Maybe somebody during that day, they're going to be talking about how they're going to ban Bitcoin, right, and shut the internet off and just make it go to zero. And then that's when everybody freaks the fuck out. There's going to be fun eventually. 2026 will be the cycle. But we're going to enjoy this ride. This Bitcoin halving is coming into April of 2024. So if you're not into crypto yet, you might want to start paying close attention because, like I said, as the time is going, as we start paying attention to charts, as we start really, really looking at the cycle here, ignore all that FUD. But if you really want to see what's going on, we have a couple options here, real life case here. Let's look at it. We have some pattern here telling us Bitcoin is either going to rise here quickly to the top. We're going to be paying more for our Bitcoin if we decide in 2024 we're buying, or are they giving us the double top end pattern? Is it getting weaker? You can see there's couple big few resistance levels we spent days on at this price. So you can see that how important 44,000. There is a few different ways we can go. Do we get into the golden pocket and be able to buy at a cheaper level? I think that is the way we're going to go. If you had to put a gun to my head and said, hey, Wall Street, where do you think we're going? Well, I'm having a hard time understanding because my oscillator down here tells me on the daily, and I do really love this volatility oscillator. It tells me every time we're down here, something happens. So let me just look at this real quick before I do put the gun to my head and actually have to answer this. But if I were to tell you every single time, and I'm going to go right here. Here it is. Boom, coming up. So the signal told me to buy. That was a one winner. Signal told me to buy again, and it was another, we could say over the long term. We did go down. You can see it. But there it is. Until we get to the top again, we were up here, and we even went higher. So I really can't contest that 37,000, that 40,500 is coming. I actually do believe now, looking at this, if I had a gun to my head, that we are going to actually test this one more time. And when we do test this, we may actually be going right through. Breaking right through. Look at this right now. As you can see, we're down here, and it is a great time to buy, particularly around here. Nice and easy. I wouldn't go crazy and bet the farm, but looking at this, it is a good time to buy. Could we go a little lower? Yes, that's maybe where the 40,000 kicks in, but I just love this pattern so much. This is where I would bring another indicator in. Let's see what I could do before we go. Bitcoin dominance really quick. Right, let's do that really quick. Bitcoin dominance is starting to find a landing gear here. So I would put that into consideration as well. You can see here old resistance, right, came down, flip, and then we're doing that support here. We could be bouncing right off that old area. Where was that? How old is this? October of 2023. So I don't know. Could be a good spot to be bouncing. Everything is starting to tell me, hey, we could be doing a nice little bounce coming into January. Nothing wrong with December fall. Big January wick up to start. Like I said, 3 days away for that, and our target is 48,000. So, oh wow. So this is really, like I said, I don't record nothing. I do everything live, and as I'm doing this live with you, I'm starting to really believe as I go over the detailed TA with you. So I'm going over this right now, and like I said, 40,500 looks like a strong indicator. Could we wick down crazily and come in and then bounce off 37? Yeah, you could put an order in. And if it does, you'd be congratulating everyone in the world, including me. Hey, thank you so much for that tidbit. I've seen that happen before where everything went down. It got crazy. I mean, but I think that's our move, somewhere in here or here. So you have two options, 42.8 here where we are now or 40,500. But either one, I think we're going to get a nice bounce. I think we're going to get terrific. Look, we can still come through. You can see where we need to go. So on the oscillator, we need to come down and do one more indicator before we go and before we leave. And I leave you off with this video. I do love this very much, so please hang tight. Remove my drawings, and what do I see? Well, Every past time up onto this, now you could really, really get a feel of what's happening. Every time we got a fall. You can see it right here. Fall, right? Double top here, double top here, double top here, double top here. We got that slight correction. It's kind of like we got to do it, right? I mean, am I wrong? Or, I mean, I know that I'm being contradicting right now, but I just feel like every time we were above the top of the EMA, exponential moving average here, and we were leaning towards the downside. You can see the down. This one maybe had a little up here, but you could see the downside here. It looks like we could be breaking down. So that 40,500 Bitcoin is fantastic. 40,500 would be a beautiful buyback, and that's where I think we're going. Exponential moving average ribbon is flipping. Ribbon flips bullish. You can see the yellow. We're bullish on the outside here. What happens when we're bearish? Well, the yellow flips to the down, and I think that's where this ribbon is going. This ribbon is actually going to flip down. And maybe people were going to get cheaper. Maybe people are going to get cheaper prices for the New Year's, and that's where all of these people are waiting on, all these big institutions. You got to remember, this is a big, nice spike up. How much are we up on Bitcoin for the year? I forgot that number. I had it set up for all of you. Your sister's ass. I didn't want to mess that up. I think I did it. I hate when I screw my TA up. Okay, it's not that bad. What I want to do here is get rid of the indicator. I want to keep this up here, but I wanted to show everyone how I felt that oscillator is strong. We could get a big wick to the downside and then that pump up. Like I said, it's volatility. It's no surprise for anybody here. What your big indicator is what you want to pay attention to is your total crypto market cap. You want to see where the volume is, where the money's at. 1.66. If you hit the like button, please do so. I would appreciate it. We get the algorithm going through. We're doing a late night video for you. A lot of people do appreciate the late night videos. Nice to see Hydra, nice to see Selner, nice to see Rise of the Sun. Polkadot would be one of the ones I like moving here. We'll do a quick Jasmy if you want. A little update on Jasmy, right? Let's talk about it. Jasmy's been looking interesting. Ever since I said that buy there, we've been getting probably one of our bigger corrections. We can see kind of the same correction. Now let's get into it. I wanted to show some people the inverted head and shoulders pattern that we were developing on. Look what happened. And I said that. There was a left shoulder here. It was probably about here. The head came in to about here. But then we got that left shoulder inverted head coming in down here somewhere. That's where we came through. And I said it would be a right shoulder coming up. Now, I didn't know where it would stop, but it did stop at the 7. We're looking for the 8-2 for Jasmy, so you got to really pay close attention. This ain't over yet. Right here at the 8. Wow, we're waiting for that to hit again. That's really low. That resistance was really low, the 7.5 we hit on the Jasmy. I was really waiting for that 8. So it looks like 1 cent really could occur quickly. Pretty exciting. We have been retracing down off that. It's time to get rid of all this garbage that we have because it's all garbage now. I can't even see anymore what I'm doing with Jasmy. So I'm looking at the daily. Let's see what happens. Don't have a lot of information. What else is new? Get to the forwardly, get a couple indicators if we can. Oh, we're not working out too good. Are we even connected here? All right. That sucks. Jasmy hates us. You can see the resistance up here versus the resistance we're hitting up here. It's very similar. So we'll get a correction come down. It won't be as strong. I do see the price probably right around here coming in. We'll retest the support probably around the a little between mid-5s. So look for that to happen and come in. I'm sorry that this chart crapped out on me. I wish that didn't happen. We could try a reload on Jasmy. I don't know if it's going to come up Jasmy. It's going to come up Bitcoin now. Yeah, no surprise. All right, well, no big deal. We were talking about it. Maybe that's just a sign letting us know, hey, it's time to go. It's late in the video, and you really shouldn't keep doing 25-minute, 30-minute videos. Pretty excited, though, right? It's an exciting moment to be alive in crypto. Probably the best, and somebody said this to me.
Huge Dogecoin hodler. Community is strong.
Perfect, right? If you're a meme coin holder, this is probably one of the best possible ways to tell anybody how they act, how they are. You don't want to hear about Cardano.
Someone tries to talk you into something different.
You don't hear about Bitcoin. You don't hear about Ethereum. You fucking love the Dogecoin. I mean, really, my buddy Vinny, my cousin Vinny, every time.
Community is strong.
Community's strong. Every time I tell him, yo, check this asset out. He's like, what, Dogecoin? I'm like, no, check this out. It all of a sudden he disappears. Vinny, where'd you go?
Someone
Did he?
tries to talk you into something different.
It's the greatest thing in the world. I love it. I had to add him, if you see it here. I had to add him. It was so bad. So we watched it twice. I'm sorry. It's just that good. I mean, I come up with some creative stuff sometimes. It's pretty funny. I come up with some stupid shit sometimes, I guess. But this is where I think our road to victory is, all the way to 80,000. Our target is 48, as you can see here coming in. But as we go, the more and more you see it, there it is. Maybe that is the move. Maybe we do get this little pump here coming shortly. But do we get the correction now instead? That'll be yet to find out. 42,000. What a crazy level this is. We're going to have to find this out. So as you can see, looking at the charts, the more and more you look at them, we've been moving up for a while. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Before we left, we were just about to leave, but this is what I wanted to do. All right, about 165% on your money for the year. Because we're talking about Bitcoin. We're not talking about any shit coin. 165% on your money. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot for something that is already overpriced and too much, if you ask me. My name is Wall Street Pete, Sickdo in Crypto. We talk about technical analysis. We talk about this crypto news every day, bringing it to you live almost every day possible if we can. All I ask is if you can hit the like and subscribe. Gentlemen, used to work on the New York Mercantile Exchange right here in New York, in Manhattan, on Wall Street. Now we're here talking about cryptocurrency and other things. If you'd like, just hit the sub button. Become a member of the Wolves today. Comment in the chat, say, hey, I'd like to go over this. I'd like to go over that. Can you put it on TradingView? We'll go over it whenever we can. We'll prepare for video. Now, remember, none of this is financial advice. Just a gentleman twice as nice talking about his strategy only. But we do appreciate every single like, every comment, and we do watch and we will reply. You guys have a great day, have a great night, and be careful trading that crypto.